Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's me, Ada. So in today's video I'm going to share with you guys how to make a baby dress with Peter Pan collar and a bow using Ankara fabric. So if you want to know how to make this dress, please keep on watching this video and do like, share my videos, and subscribe to my channel if you find my videos helpful, so that you can always get updates from me. I appreciate all you guys who keep coming back. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching my videos, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. So till then, remain blessed. Bye. So I've already folded my fabric in four, and I'm just going to go ahead and mark my measurements. So the first measurement I'm marking is my neck measurement. I'm marking 2.5 as my neck depth and 2.5 as my neck width. So after marking that 2.5 as my neck width, I am going to use my free hand to create a curve for the neck. So after marking the neck width, we're going to mark the shoulder measurement. I'm using 5 inches as my shoulder measurement, so I'm just going to mark that point. So after taking the shoulder measurement, the next measurement I'm going to be taking is my armhole measurement. Now my armhole measurement, I'm going to use 4 inches for the armhole length, or the armhole. Yeah, I'm going to use 4 inches. And then I'm also going to come down. Sorry, I made a mistake. I'm going to come down by 1 inch first. Please don't forget to come down by half an inch for the shoulder slope, and then from that half an inch mark I marked my 4 inches for my armhole measurement. So I cleaned the first point that I made and marked another 4 inches for my armhole measurement. So I'm just going to use my ruler to join from that point, that 1.5 inch point that I made, to that 4 inch point for the armhole measurement. Now I'm also going to measure my chest. So I'm just going to mark 1 inch downwards from that 4 inch point. Basically I'm just going to mark 5 inches. That's what I mean. So I'm just going to mark 1 inch downwards from that 4 inch point for my chest measurement. As you can see, I drew a line already to show the end of my armhole measurement properly, and I'm just drawing a new line for my chest measurement. So on that chest line, we are going to mark our round chest measurement, which is 5 inches. The round chest measurement is 10 inches, and I divided it by 2 because this is on a fold, so that's how I go 5 inches. I'm just going to mark that 5 inches all through the fabric. I was just marking it for just the sake of being accurate, but I didn't really need to go through and start marking it because we're making an A-line dress, which is quite free, and basically you can just come up with the measurements as you go. But I was trying to be very correct. So the length for my outfit is going to be 15 inches, and I'm just going to use a ruler to also mark that line properly to make it very visible. Then after that line, I went back to actually adjust my shoulder measurement. So instead of making it to be 5 inches, I made my shoulder measurement to be 4.5 inches because I didn't want the shoulder to be too big, and usually the standard is about that 4.5 inches. It's not supposed to be 4 inches, but I just made it 4.5 to be safe. So yeah, I used 4.5 inches as my shoulder measurement. So I cleaned the initial 5 inches that I marked as my shoulder measurement, and then on that my armhole, the end of my armhole line, I just went on that line and marked 1 inch, 1.5 inches upwards, and then I used my free hand to draw a curve to meet the top of my shoulder point, that shoulder measurement, and to also meet the basically my armhole line, which can also be like your upper chest line. So I just made a curve for my armhole there, and then I added 1 inch to the chest measurement, that is the round chest measurement. I just added 1 inch, and I just marked that 1 inch extra that I added all through downwards. Remember, I'm making an A-line dress, so this is not going to be fitted. I was just taking these measurements to help me come up with something that would actually not be too big but not also be too small. So um, after marking this point, I'm just going to use my ruler now to draw a straight line. So as you can see, I didn't actually draw a straight line downward because it's not a straight dress I'm making, it's an A-line dress. So I just drew a straight line from that 1 inch extra points that I added, because remember I added 1 inch allowance. So from the top, the 1 inch allowance part, I just drew a straight line downwards to meet the end of my dress. Then I went all round again to add 1 inch seam allowance all round through the fabric, because it's a free dress like I said, and we just needed it to be free and not to be tight, because I'm not going to add any zipper or anything like that. So I just went ahead to add 1 inch seam allowance to avoid any stories that touch. So as you can see, I have added that 1 inch seam allowance all through, and then we're just going to go ahead and cut out on that seam allowance line that we have created. So please do cut your shoulder on a slope. I forgot to draw a line joining my neck width to that half an inch point I made downwards for my shoulder slope, but I did cut it like that. I cut the shoulder to be slopey, so please do draw a line if you want, or if you don't want, just remember to cut your shoulder to be quite slopey. So after all the cutting, this is what you should have. You should have two separate panels like this, and yeah, you just go ahead and add your lining fabric to the material. So to cut your lining, you just simply duplicate this on your lining fabric. So for the Peter Pan collar, we're just going to, I wanted to create a draft for it because I didn't want to make any mistake. So I wanted to create a pattern first, then I will now transfer it to my fabric. So to create the pattern, just simply trace your front neckline. For me, my front and my back neckline is actually the same, so I just traced it on a paper that I use for making patterns. So after we're done tracing out the collar, we're just going to go ahead and put the length of the collar. That is how wide we want our collar to be. So you can just estimate what you want by measuring it out on your fabric on the outfit that you're making, or you can just come up with an estimate. So just go ahead and make points, putting that length that you want all through the tracing that you did, just like this. And then we're going to use our curve to join those points together to create a collar looking curve. Yeah, so yeah, this is me joining the points with my French curve. So after we're done joining the points like this, because the collar is going to be a big curve, like the Peter Pan collar has a curve, it's not just straight. I'm going to try and curve the edge as well to give it that curve, that curve like look. So I'm just going to use my French curve to create a curve at the edge as well. So we're just going to cut this out and then use it on our fabric. So after you're done cutting out your collar, you can just go ahead and mark your collar, write whatever you want. So I wrote Peter Pan collar on mine, just to remember next time. So I'll always use it for my baby's dress instead of making a new one every time. So yeah, after this, we're just going to cut it out on the fabric as well, and then go ahead and sew. So as you can see now, I have pinned um, the pattern I made to my fabric, and I'm just going to cut it out, making sure to leave about half an inch seam allowance on the fabric that I am cutting out, so that when I sew on my lining and turn it over, I will still have space. So this is what it looks like cut out. Also cut out your lining using the fabric that you have cut out, and then sew and turn it over. So guys, I have actually joined the collar to the front of my dress, as you can see, and it was pretty easy to do. Just use your pin, your office pin, to join the collar before you go ahead and sew, just to avoid mistakes and to make it easier to sew, to join, I guess. So as you can see, this is how I place the collar to sew it. Like I said, I use my office pin to join it first before I then use my machine to hold it tight. So when you're done, make sure you give it a good press, iron it properly, and just turn the collar over, and you will have a collar that looks like this, just like mine looks. So guys, just go ahead and sew the dress together, join all the parts. And now I want to make a bow. So for this bow, I have measured like a square fabric, measuring about 5 inches in width and about 4.5 in length, and I'm just going to sew all around, leaving a little space so I can turn over. So as you can see, I have sewed all around on the fabric, and I'm turning it over in that little space that I left. After I turn it over, then I'm just going to fold it in like a bow-like shape, and the space I left for the turning over, I actually left it in the middle, so I'm just going to hold that part and then form a bow-like shape, and yeah, get my band to hold the bow together. So guys, the band I'm using measures about half an inch. Just use it to hold your bow in place, and then when you're done making your bow, you simply sew it to your dress using a hand needle and a thread. This is the finished look guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.